2022, I quit my tech job and moved to Indonesia to pursue a scuba diving internship. In my last video, I shared my journey there from Vancouver, what a day in the life as a dive master looked like, and some of the incredible marine life I encountered along the way. If you've been following me, you know it's been a while since I last uploaded, but today I'm finally sharing what's been going on these last few years. Why did I end up staying in Indonesia longer than planned? What pushed me into this next chapter? And how did it all lead me to where I am now? I'm Holly, and there is a lot to catch up on in this part too, so let's dive in. The Divemaster program was hands down one of the most rewarding experiences of my life. It wasn't just about improving my own diving. It was about learning to guide and support other people, help students get comfortable underwater, and to manage real responsibility in sometimes unpredictable conditions. I spent my days mapping dive sites, passing stamina tests, assisting instructors, and ultimately guiding groups of certified divers. It challenged me, and I loved every bit of it, including the people I met along the way. Travelers from around the world, dive mentors, locals, and the tight-knit community on this small Indonesian island. So when the program ended, I really just wasn't ready to leave. With limited options, I decided to sign up for the PADI instructor course, partly because I wanted to keep learning, but mostly because I didn't see another way to stay in the diving industry in Indonesia for much longer. I learned quickly that becoming an instructor was a whole new level of responsibility. Suddenly, it wasn't just about my own skills, it was about helping others take their first breath underwater, teaching them to stay calm and guiding them into a completely new world. But here's what I didn't expect. Jumping into the instructor role so early in my dive career ultimately felt rushed. I started to feel that I wanted to build up more of my own experience globally first before being fully in this profession. That thought really stayed with me and quietly started pulling me towards questioning what the next chapter was going to be. Around this time, I had also started a new relationship with someone. He had come to the island for his dive master as well. The catch? He was at the end of a sabbatical and had to head back to Switzerland for work. I wasn't tied to a full-time job, I wasn't ready to settle back into Vancouver, and I had an open invite to join him. Rather spontaneously, I made the decision to move to Switzerland and figure out details along the way. Not long after arriving, I was luckily able to land a remote job back in tech, which gave me financial stability and flexibility as I tried to navigate this next phase of life. The 2.5 years that followed were a mix of incredible experiences and constant unpredictability. Because of visa limits, I couldn't stay long-term in Switzerland. So I found myself bouncing between Switzerland, living with my parents back home in Canada, and trying to travel, work, and dive in between. During this phase, I also packed up my apartment in Vancouver and winded down my time living in British Columbia. It was a weird feeling packing up without certainty of where I would be going next. The hardest part wasn't the new places or the logistics, it was that constant feeling of uncertainty. I had a bad habit of asking myself, did I make the right choice leaving Indonesia? Where do I actually want to settle? Am I building something here or just drifting around place to place? As someone who had always loved adventure and movement, I was truly surprised to realize how much I missed a more permanent home base, routine, and a sense of stability. Without that, my mind was constantly scattered, and it was hard to focus on my own goals or creative projects outside of work. Over time, and thanks to changes with my work, we figured out a way for me to stay for at least the next year in Switzerland. This stability gives me something I've long known was missing: the ability to look ahead, to plan beyond the next visa or trip, and to finally hold space for the projects I've been wanting to bring to life. I filmed a lot over the past couple years, from dive trips to travel days to quiet moments of adjusting to life in new places, but I rarely shared it because I was just trying to keep up. That's what's changing now. Moving forward, this channel will be a mix of expat life and what it's really like to build a life abroad, travel and hiking adventures, and a lot of tips that I've learned in between, diving, both past trips and upcoming ones, and honest updates on navigating a more unconventional path. My hope is that some of what I share will connect with those of you walking your own winding path, whether that's through diving, travel, relationships, or figuring out what home truly means to you. Thank you for being here. Whether you've been following me since the beginning or you're just finding this channel now, there's so much I'm excited to share, and I can't wait to bring you along. See you in the next one.